Molinism begins with a fascinating question that feels almost impossible to answer. What if every choice you could ever make was already known, not just in reality, but in every possible situation you might face? As we proceed further, I humbly request you to subscribe. Imagine a universe where your freedom remains intact, yet an all-knowing intelligence perfectly understands what you would do in any circumstance. This is the intriguing middle ground that Molinism explores, blending divine foreknowledge with human freedom in a way that has captivated philosophers and theologians for centuries. Molinism is named after the 16th-century Spanish Jesuit theologian Luis de Molina, who developed this theory to reconcile two seemingly conflicting ideas: God's complete knowledge of the future and human beings' genuine free will. At the heart of Molinism lies a unique concept called middle knowledge. This form of knowledge stands between natural knowledge, everything that could happen, and free knowledge, everything that will happen. Middle knowledge refers to what free creatures would choose in any hypothetical circumstance. To understand this better, consider a simple example. Suppose a person is placed in a situation where they must choose between honesty and deception. According to Molinism, God knows not only what the person will actually choose, but also what they would choose if circumstances were slightly different. This includes every possible variation of events and decisions. Such knowledge allows God to foresee outcomes without directly causing them, preserving human freedom while maintaining divine omniscience. One of the most compelling features of Molinism is how it attempts to resolve the tension between determinism and free will. In strict determinism, every event is caused by prior conditions, leaving little room for genuine choice. On the other hand, complete libertarian free will can seem to undermine the idea of a perfectly foreknowing God. Molinism offers a synthesis. God does not force decisions but knows in advance how free beings will act in any given scenario. By choosing to actualize a particular world, God ensures certain outcomes without violating freedom. This idea has significant implications for how we understand providence. In Molinism, divine providence is not about controlling every action directly, but about selecting a world in which free choices align with a broader purpose. It suggests a universe that is both intelligently ordered and authentically free. This balance gives Molinism a distinctive appeal, especially for those who seek to maintain both divine sovereignty and human responsibility. Critics, however, have raised important questions about the coherence of middle knowledge. One major concern is whether it is logically possible to know what someone would freely choose in a hypothetical situation that never actually occurs. If the situation never happens, on what basis can such knowledge exist? Others contend that it introduces a form of determinism through the back door, since choices seem fixed in advance, even if not caused. Despite these criticisms, Molinism has remained influential in contemporary philosophical theology. It has been revived and defended by modern thinkers who see it as a powerful framework for addressing issues like divine foreknowledge, predestination, and moral responsibility. It is often discussed in debates about the problem of evil as well. For instance, Molinism can suggest that God allows certain evils because even in those situations, free creatures make choices that ultimately contribute to a greater good in the overall structure of the world. Another strength of Molinism lies in its flexibility. It does not require a rigid view of predestination, nor does it abandon the idea of a purposeful universe. Instead, it presents a dynamic interaction between divine knowledge and human action. This makes it appealing not only within theological contexts, but also in broader philosophical discussions about possibility, choice, and the nature of reality. At a deeper level, Molinism invites us to reflect on the nature of freedom itself. Are our choices truly open, or are they in some sense already known in a way that limits their openness? Molinism answers this by distinguishing between certainty and necessity. Just because a choice is known does not mean it is forced. In this view, freedom is preserved because individuals still act according to their own desires and reasoning, even if those actions are perfectly foreseen. In the end, Molinism stands as a bold and imaginative attempt to bridge one of the most enduring divides in philosophy and theology. It challenges us to think beyond simple oppositions between fate and freedom, knowledge and choice, and to consider a more nuanced picture of reality. Some argue that this makes middle knowledge speculative. Molinism undeniably enriches the conversation, offering a vision of a world where knowledge and freedom coexist in a delicate and thought-provoking harmony.